This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra. These are your ShowerHead Lines.
95% of Americans identified misinformation as a problem when they're trying to access important information. About half put a great deal of blame on the US government, and about 3/4 point to social media users and tech companies. Yet, only 2 in 10 Americans say they're very concerned that they have personally spread misinformation. I'd be concerned about misinformation too, but I can't really tell if this article is misinformation.
4 people were arrested in Pennsylvania for causing more than $10,000 of damage to school buses after they posted their activities on TikTok. Littlestown police said they believe the damage was inflicted as a part of a TikTok challenge that encourages users to vandalize school property. If these 4 get arrested, maybe we'll finally get a modern update to the classic jail-based Elvis Presley film, Jailhouse Talk.
Ireland has agreed to join an international agreement establishing a minimum corporate tax of 15% around the world, ditching the low-tax policy that has led companies like Google and Facebook to base their European operations in the country. Finish up your drink now, because I think Big Tech will make their Irish goodbye.
The Oregon Court of Appeals has reversed the aggravated murder conviction of a black man who has been on death row for 17 years. The court said Jesse Lee Johnson did not receive an adequate defense after being convicted in 2004 of stabbing Harriet Thompson to her death at her home in 1998. Neighbor Patricia Hubbard witnessed a white man entering the house around the time of the killing, but was never interviewed by authorities or attorneys involved in the case. While this is great news, it's also despicable that it took so long to rectify this situation. 17 years. 17 years. That's the entire length of Millie Bobby Brown's life. It took an entire Millie Bobby Brown for this man to be released. An entire Millie Bobby Brown!
1 person was grazed by a bullet and multiple people were injured in fights when a melee broke out Thursday night following a professional soccer game in Northern California. San Jose police reported at least 1 shooting at PayPal Park after the San Jose Earthquakes played Cruz Azul. The gunshot wound victims' injuries were not believed to be life-threatening, though. So all in all, this chaos added a lot of excitement to the otherwise boring game of soccer.
SpaceX is doubling the size of its fleet of astronaut-carrying spacecrafts, as well as doubling the number of cargo-carrying ones, according to officials who spoke during a briefing ahead of the space company's next crewed mission later this month. The mission, dubbed Crew 3, is set to launch on October 30th and will be flying to the International Space Station on board a brand new capsule, the 3rd in the company's lineup. This big dick space war is going to get out of hand if we keep following the pattern of one-upmanship. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Danish police have confiscated a high-performance luxury car after its new owner was caught speeding as he drove it home from Germany to Norway. The man, an Iraqi citizen resident in Norway who was not identified, was registered Thursday as driving at 147 miles per hour in his Lamborghini Huracan on a stretch of highway where the top speed is 81 miles per hour. Under a new Danish law, police can seize the vehicles of reckless drivers and auction them off with the money going into Danish coffers. Ah yes, my favorite video game, Grand Theft Auto 8, Copenhagen.
Riverside restaurant owner in Thailand, Thitiporn Jitamanan, was destined to close his restaurant after experiencing a series of floods. But instead of closing, Thitiporn's eatery is taking the circumstances in stride and making the flooding a part of their gimmick, catering to customers interested in eating in shin-high water. The restaurant has mostly attracted people who are willing to try new and risky experiences, as evidenced by their willingness to get their feet wet.
The father of a Beechwood elementary school student who had close contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19 initially refused to take his son home to continue classes while quarantining and angrily shouted at school staff after being called by the school nurse. The kid was a staunch anti-vaxxer, though, so I'm not surprised that the father disowned him.
3 parakeets that were stolen from a New Jersey pet store have been returned, the store posted on Facebook. The 3 thieves, presumably a family, entered the store with a dog and cat, distracted store employees, and snatched the birds in question. Patterson Bird Store posted that the person who stole the birds brought them back on Thursday before running out of the store. It'd be easy to make a joke by saying that the burglars grabbed the birds and then flew the coop, or that this family of thieves are really birds with a feather, but I will not joke about this, because this crime is serious birdness.
A Tennessee entrepreneur whose hot tub on wheels is one of downtown Nashville's best-known party vehicles has been told to stop operating a public swimming pool without a permit. Although it might be the end to Music City Party Tub, we'll always remember how it combined the germs of taxis, hot tubs, and pandemics all into one.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.